Okay, let's talk about essay 1, the expository essay. So the first thing I want to say about this essay is that this is an essay that's you're going to work with quite a bit. This essay, we have essay 1 and then essay 2. They're going to be the same basic essay. So what you write for essay 1 will be what you revise for essay 2. Essay 1 is worth 10% of your grade. Essay 2 is worth 10% of your grade. And the whole point is to do your very best on essay 1. I'm going to make some marks, I'll make some suggestions, and then you're going to revise and then hand that in for essay 2. So that means some people are like, well, I'm not going to do my best for essay 1 because I know I'm going to have to revise it. That is a bad choice. I would invite you not to have that attitude toward this assignment because both of them are worth 10% on their own. So if you fail the first one, yes, you can still do well on the second one, but it's not going to make your grade any better on the second one. So do your best on both. So let's talk a little bit about essay 1. Essay 1 is the expository essay, and very simply put, an expository essay explains an issue. Okay, so we're going to explain an issue. We're going to essentially, will be an informative essay. You don't have to have an argument, a very argumentative tone, I should say, in this essay, but you do need to have a thesis statement. So you're going to make a claim that is not a matter of fact, and that is not something, it can be somewhat argumentative, it can be something that people would dispute, but it should not be necessarily an incredibly argumentative essay. For instance, you could make the claim that about a certain kind of therapy and say that it is a very effective therapy for whatever disease. Well, that's not getting in an argument, that's not jumping in the middle of an argument, that is just simply saying, okay, this is something that I'm going to explain to you. And I would recommend that you do stuff that you focus on something that you're familiar with already, something that you already know about, because you're going to do better research because you already are familiar with this issue. This essay does require a certain degree of research, so I do want to see at least 4 cited sources. And this is your first essay where you're required to use cited sources, but again, I expect that all of you do remember some things from Comp 1. In Comp 1, you had to use some citation, you had to use some research. So I don't expect this to be your first ever try with doing this. So a few things, if you've forgotten or if it's been a while since you've had Comp 1, you can take a look at your writer's handbook. You can just Google how to cite things. It's in MLA. MLA is not a secret, folks. Everyone uses it. So make sure that you're doing research and you're going to have that just to make sure you're getting the minimum requirements. There is a page requirement on this essay as well, and I want you to make sure to look at the assignment sheet so that you know how long this essay needs to be. Anything less than the page requirement and you'll receive a significant lower grade. Anything more, and I start counting off 2. There is a degree of quality that I'm looking for, and I don't want you to just go on and on and on. At the same time, you do need to be able to express and explain this issue in great detail. So take a look at the assignment sheet and make sure that you understand it before you begin. I would recommend, now you don't have to use the VU Online Library, but my recommendation is that you do. This is the first essay that you're using research, and I would highly, highly recommend learning how to use the Vincennes University Online Library resources. The reason for this is because this is not the last time you're going to have to use a lot of research. In your long research paper, you're going to have probably 10, maybe 12 sources. So being able to research and find quality sources is something that I'm going to grade you on this semester. So the VU Online Library is it's a very valuable resource for you. It's something that you're paying for in your tuition, so you might as well use it. And I know it's easier just to go to Google, but it actually, at the end of the day, if you learn how to use the VU Online Library, it will be easier for you because there are resources there. For instance, there is a citation tool, so you don't have to look up how to cite the source in MLA from the handbook. It will show you how to cite it. So I would highly recommend you taking a look at the VU Online Library. And good luck on your first researched essay in Comp 2. Now let's get started.